feel that you value their contribution, they feel more able to come to you and say, actually, do you know what? I've been doing this job for 10 years. If you just tweaked this, it would go through so much smoother. There'd be so much less stress on a Friday afternoon. This would make a big difference. And then you need the manager who's receptive enough to say, actually, it's a brilliant idea. Thanks for bringing that to me. We'll look into it and make the tweak, because the people on the ground floor are the ones doing the job. The accountants and the management just need the end result. So I think it has to be a healthy relationship of give and take, where you listen to the people doing the job within the confines of how you need to manage that environment. And they would be how I'd be proactively managing stress to start off with. And then you need to make well-being available to people. They need to be able to take a half day here and there, and it needs to be tightly within boundaries so that no one takes advantage. But when you're having a day when you've got to pick up the kids, you've got to get to the hospital for someone, you just can't get out the door that day, it's okay for you to be able to ring up and say, I'm taking my half day, no questions asked, I'll be back tomorrow.
Interestingly, that idea, there's a book I read many years ago called Sleeping with My Smartphone, and it spoke about this always on culture that we live in today. And essentially it was saying that they working with a big management consultancy company where they're always on their phones, the client rings at any time of the day or night, and it was causing the burnout and overwork and stress and poor decision making basically. And they started off with a guaranteed weeknight where you're going to get no contact at all. And just doing that improved employee satisfaction by 22%. Now, I am a Luddite. That is my phone. It actually has buttons. It's that shit. Now, I have that because when I'm not in front of my computer, you can't get me with any of this trivial nonsense. But that's because I am consciously aware of my thinking, and what I continue to struggle with us is that we are all speaking amazing truths. Chris, I think that your observations in team dynamics come before a drop in performance, probably. Bob?
I would agree.
Yeah, so we're getting close to the source of the problem. Do you, CR, did you want something?
Yeah, I think that this nowadays is changing. And when you get into business, the big companies are no longer running the 8 hours a day kind of deal. If you look at Amazon and you look at Microsoft and you look at these big name companies, they don't have a 9 to 5 schedule anymore. Amazon doesn't even have them any schedule. They're 100% what's called results-oriented work. So they give you a task, you do the task, you get paid. You don't do the task, you get a reduction in pay. But the idea is, it's not, you have to be there Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. You just show up when you want to, as you want to, do the work, and you have a set bunch of work that you must complete. And as long as you complete that work, you get what you're supposed to. And more and more nowadays, it's going away from the 9 to 5. I must be in the office from 9 to 5 and doing remote work.
Allow me to nudge you back a little bit there. The examples you gave were of larger companies. And there was a story on recently, I think a couple of days ago, talking about people want to get their people back to offices. And there is the argument that being in the office is good for your mental well-being and collaboration and all the rest of it. But I struggle to think that it's also, if you have an office that people aren't coming to, it's an expensive waste of a building that you don't need, but you're tied to it for the next 25 years or whatever it is. So my issue is this. That's the HR manager would see it. Let's think about, so pretty much we're a very service-based economy, aren't we? So situations, sort of types of work where they're going to experience the burnout. So I know, for example. Oh, Bob.
I should throw something in here. One of the things that I think that really